There's a saying which I love a little bit off on a tangent, but it's have you had enough pain then? And a lot of the time, people won't want to make a change in their life until they've had enough pain. And you get to a point of where you're like, fuck, like that really all important point of where if you're overweight, it might be that shirt that you have doesn't fit you anymore or the button's popped off. And it's like you really get in this moment of like, fuck me, like I need to sort myself out. I've had some of them moments and I had some of them, but there wasn't anything to do with weight. It was to do with like things like going out and drinking and doing whatever else and everything. It's like everything negative that happens in people our age's lives tends to always the story starts with, oh yeah, we were out for a drink and ...
Hybrid. We don't wear just joggers. We wear performance pants.
Yeah. No.
Or when you wear them, just pants. Hi guys, welcome to episode. You just told me 2 seconds ago. I forgot already.
It's 26, mate. 26.
Still got it wrong. Welcome to episode 26 of Normalising Life podcast with me and Adam. What's the crack, Adam?
Yeah, well, it's bloody boiling here in the UK. I'm not moaning about it at all. I've been laid out in it for the last 2 days, and I'm loving it. But there's been a lot of people you get the English people moaning when it's too hot, moaning when it's too cold. But I think it has hit 30 here today, which is crazy.
It was the hottest day ever recorded in Northern Ireland this week at 31, which is. I mean, it's awesome. It's fucking class. People get to be out in the sun and stuff, but it just screams global warming to me. Like, it just screams there's something all right. Like last year in the Alps, there was like fuck all snow, and then this year, Northern Ireland's 31 degrees. Like, I'm just thinking the world is just going to end soon. Like, this is too much. Yeah.
You're getting them little signs at you, and it's all these little bits that people just keep fucking up and thinking, oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, that thing doesn't matter. And then eventually,
like Northern Ireland should not be 31 degrees. It should not be ever.
I agree with you, and I think here as well, it's crazy. And like people are all like lapping it up, and it's good. And then you get the odd people that moan.
Do you think the UK will be like a tourist destination for Europeans? So like
the unpredictability.
People going to Belfast in the summer and all.
Yeah, well, we're meant to be like under 10 degrees and thunderstorms, I think, on Wednesday. So it's like the turnaround's crazy.
So nuts.
But
nuts.
I've
even in Milan here, like last week, there was hailstones, and I shit you not, they were the size of probably more tennis ball than it would be a golf ball. They were monstrous, and if they hit you, you would be dead.
Fucking hell. Cars
crazy like shit. The world's ending, telling you.
Yeah, well, it's like, for me, there's a lot of things that, like, a lot of people heard a lot of this. We talked about it, like the Seaspiracy on the podcast a while back, but the most shocking thing for me on that was I knew a lot of the bad stuff about actually the eating fish, but it was the environmental effects of fishing that was really doing like really shocking for me and stuff. And I think just as much as that kind of stuff continues and the whole deforestation continues, then the more we're just going to be.
I seen a fact the other day. It was the Amazon rainforest is actually creating more carbon dioxide than it's actually. Creating than it's taken in because the fires and stuff at the minute.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I haven't seen it, but have a quick Google.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a scary fact that. Carbon dioxide. Hopefully it comes up here and I'm not wasting too much time Googling shit.
No, but it's like
there are like parts of the Amazon rainforest are emitting more carbon dioxide than absorbing. New study analysing hundreds of aerial readings of emissions above forest canopy found that forest regions in the southeast were most effective. So portions of the Amazon rainforest are now emitting more carbon dioxide than they absorb, a troubling sign for fight against climate change, deforestation. That's because of deforestation and stuff. Fucking nuts.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. If it was that, I wasn't sure like what it would be, but deforestation, like because obviously it's the area in general. So if we've got the machines that are using to cut down the trees and to deforest everything, they're going to be emitting a heavy level of pollution. And then obviously that's happening more than the amount of carbon dioxide the trees can actually take in, which is sick. It's always good for the world, that.
Yeah, it's a bit sad, isn't it? Like, and especially with, like what we're saying about it heating up everywhere else. Like, it's just waiting for a big wave to come and just wipe everyone out. It's just going to be another fucking dinosaur. We're the next dinosaurs.
Yeah, no, exactly. Reset. The world's going to do what it needs to do. Like, the tidal wave is the antibodies getting rid of the virus, of which is humans.
Yeah,
take it all
out. You've had the vaccine and all, haven't you?
I've had the first one. I hadn't had the second one. Yeah.
Everyone's getting it. The cases are just going back up again. Everyone.
Like, it's like people around me. Like, one of my friends was in fucking ICU for 6 days on oxygen.
How old is he?
33.
That's not good.
I know. It's crazy. And his girlfriend got it as well, and she was double jabbed.
No way, but she didn't get any effect though.
She didn't. She was ill. She had like a cold. It was like a bad flu she had. It wasn't like.
But it wasn't like fatal. It wasn't like hospital worthy. So the double jabs worked.
Yeah.
He wasn't double jabbed though. He was single jabbed.
He was about to get his second one, but he couldn't get it because of it.
Do you reckon he still needs to get a second jab now, or do you reckon this is his jab? This is his like physical jab. No,
I don't. Because
all a vaccine is just the dose of something, isn't it? And then like some more antibodies. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm just spitting in here like I'm not fucking scientist.
Like we are not giving any professional advice right now. Well, I were getting a little bit just when you come up with every excuse in the world of why a workout is really hard when you're in the middle of the workout. I was like, why do I feel like today in my workout, why do I feel like I'm only using half a lung to breathe? And obviously the humidity is there, and the humidity is an issue. But at the same time, I'm
starting to think about COVID now. Yeah.
Do I have COVID? Is that why I can't use my lungs properly?
Yeah, because obviously whenever I was in Italy, whenever Italy was the worst, remember, whenever it first kicked off and we were just, it felt like the apocalypse. It was mad. But I 100% had it, like, because I just know it did, because I was still working. I was probably the only person in Italy fucking working, and I was training. I had a gym outside the house, and I was training. And I honestly, what workout I was doing? I was doing the NHS workout. It was like the hero workout, the NHS, some long thing. And I got to the third exercise, and I couldn't breathe, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And so I can tell you that you'll definitely know if you have COVID training, like 110%. And I don't know, like I know loads of people who's had it, who are athletes, and their performance went like ridiculously bad. So you definitely know, I'd say.
Yeah, well, that doesn't put it in good stead from what
you're just being a little bitch, basically.
I definitely wasn't, and like I was saying the other day, is like I felt like the rower was broken because I couldn't pull at nowhere near the rate.
let me build some context here. So he texted me, and he said, "So I'll use the ski, rower, and the air bike, and I think they're all broken."
Well, the ski is definitely broken. Are you sure
it's not just you that's broken?
The ski is definitely broken because one of the handles finishes here and the other one finishes down here. So that end's definitely broken.
Maybe you just wanked a lot the day before.
Well, it just literally wouldn't move past that. It wouldn't go past that. I'd literally pulled it down to the bottom to check, and then I'm confident that I pull harder than 1,300 cals per hour on the rower. Like, I'm confident that when I'm in my rhythm, I pull harder than that. And it was just sitting at that, no matter how hard I was going, it was just sitting at that. So
I don't know. 2 ergs not working the same workout. Something's telling me it might be a fault of the user.
If I was in like a proper CrossFit gym, I'd be like, okay, this is me. But when I'm in a commercial JD and the equipment there is tended to be broken and it doesn't get fixed for a long time, it's sometimes a bit of an issue. But I'm definitely still putting it down to them two pieces of equipment being a bit busted and it not being me.
I would too if I were you too, to be fair. But I'd be blaming everyone. The air. I'm blaming the humidity as well.
Well, I did that this today. I was like, am I altitude training? What is going on? Could you breathe?
Literally sea level. And he thinks he's got a fucking altitude sickness.
No, it was just like obviously it was a long workout, it was chipper, but in part of the workout that I was doing earlier on, which was more bodybuilding based, I was like and like trying to breathe really heavy just to kind of we're doing like the pull-ups, just chin over bar, hold at pull-ups. And I was like, I had to breathe heavy to do these. I was like, this doesn't feel right. And yeah, it was just
like you're blowing up a mattress.
I'm not used to training in this humidity as well, which will definitely be a bit about it. But yeah, it was just a bit of a weird one today, definitely. But then I came home and I got a new vegan protein and it tastes like absolute shite. So I don't okay, I lost my taste.
Oh my god, a vegan product tastes like shite? No way. Is that a thing?
Vegan proteins. There's definitely some good vegan proteins, but this one that I had was absolutely shit today. And I'm not scared to say that there is shit food.
I'm actually taking a vegan protein at the minute on this diet. I'm taking it's iced cappuccino. Oh, I fucked myself though, because I usually take my protein shake before bed because I don't know, it's just always done that, and like a last meal, and I've been taking this protein shake. It's iced cappuccino flavor, and for some weird reason, in my head, I assumed that there was no caffeine in it because it's just coffee flavor. But I was wondering, like, why the fuck am I sleeping so bad at the minute? And I realized that there was fucking caffeine in this protein shake. So, like, hang out before bed and go straight to sleep and then wake up 3 times. Spastic.
No, yeah, well, I was thinking about, like, diet and stuff. I was, like, looking through, I sent you a picture today, didn't I, of, like, my training from when I came out of lockdown to now. And and I think I've lost about I aren't really checking the scales and I don't care. But it's like I think I've lost about a stone, I think, at the minute. But the difference in when I actually put the 2 pictures side to side of like the 10 to 12 weeks.
What's that? It's 12 weeks? Yeah.
I think it's like 10 to 12 weeks, yeah. It's like it's 2 different people. It's like lost so much weight around midsection, but I'm just enjoying so much focusing on performance, and I think it's just so massive that there's so many people that focus on losing weight, and it's like it's all in your head. Once you sort your head out and you can get your relationship with food right, your relationship with your routine right, and your relationship with exercise right, and how you're setting your goals, and then it's really, really kind of just consistent, imperfect action of just getting stuff done. It's like I'm not the best CrossFitter, but I'm just going every day. I'm showing up and I'm doing my workouts, and the results are happening. I'm getting better at what I'm doing, and it's good. But it's also really humbling as well
with CrossFit. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
CrossFit especially any form of functional fitness. Like you could be going really well, and then you just hit one workout, you just feel like an absolute potato.
Today,
today we had blowing up your mattress doing bodybuilding.
No, it was commando pull-ups where you go on either side of the bar, and I literally couldn't chain 3 together. I'm like, what the hell? Just a movement you've never done before.
I've dropped 2 kilo from this for this diet and I'm doing, and if I drop any more weight, I think if I die, you'd be burying me in a fucking pool cue or a snooker cue box. Like I'm already pretty skinny framed. Like if I lose any more, I'm gonna be like a fucking.
You're nearly stage ready.
I know, like, and that's 10 days.
Yeah,
but see, to be fair, the performance has not dropped. Whole 30 is it's hard, but it's doing things. I've hit 2 PBs this week. And sleep's been incredible, apart from when I'm not drinking fucking iced tea protein shakes. And my focus is just dialed in. Like,
if your PBs come from like, it's where you're at in the cycle though. Like, are you at PB testing time now? Because I know
because I haven't done a strength cycle per se. I've only came out of injury and we've just been back into heavy lifting. But it's basically all my post comp dialing down the fitness and pushing up the strength, but it's more the rehab and all kicking in as well. So don't get me wrong, it's obviously the work I put in as well, but at the same time, if I was in shit diet, I probably wouldn't hit that. You know what I mean? Or if I was not eating great, I wouldn't hit that. But it's hard work though. Like, see, in terms of cooking time, because everything's fresh, you have to go shopping 3 times a week, which I don't have time for. You have to cook for at least 2 hours a day, which I don't have time for as well. So like I find myself like lost a few hours of the day, which I don't have that 2 hours a day to be cooking. I'd rather do something else productive. But someone, because me and two other friends of John, I don't know if you're the same as me, where two people sort of, the three of us done it together. Sorry, but if I do something with someone else, there's no chance that I'm fucking stopping until the other two don't stop doing it. I mean, like, there's not a chance I'm going to be the first one to drop out. So, I think if I'd done it by myself, I would definitely would have dropped it in the first week, 110%, just because of the time. But them two are fucking smashing it. I think Ryan's lost 6 kilo, and he done his first ring muscle up. Or no, yeah, he hasn't done a ring muscle up in fucking years, and he done a ring muscle up the other day. And Claire, she says she's just dialed in, like, again, focused. She's reading books, so she's listening to books. Sorry, and like she's just absorbing so much more information than usual. It's mad. Honestly, I had no idea like brain function would differ this much just from a few foods being separated. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. I'd love to, like, when it comes to these kind of things, I'd like to know about what the science is, and I doubt there's much science on this, but I would like to see if there were tests.
I'd say it's the same with anything. It's the brain. Like, I'd say when you take out all the artificial stuff, like sugars and artificial sweeteners, all that sort of stuff, they must affect your brain, like 110%. I would like to see whenever I'm gonna fucking first thing after 30 days, I'm gonna tank a monster and see what happens. I think I'll probably just start ripping my eyeballs or something, doing something mad, like I've just took steroids or something.
No, it's interesting. I'm still not completely sold on it all, but I think it's interesting. But I think, like we were saying, if you go from not yourself because you ate well, you've always eaten well. It's like if you go from someone who doesn't eat well at all, it's why any diet works for a lot of people at first, is when people eat complete shit and then they go on to something like a paleo or a Mediterranean diet or a vegan diet. It's like you're getting a shitload more like micronutrients. You're gonna feel so much better. But it's when you tweak to the level of what like you're at and stuff, and the way I like to see myself is we do things for the extra 1%, whereas majority of people do things and they get 50% because they've done so shit beforehand, and it's chasing them little bits of the 1% where we can. That's going to be.
I think it'll give me a very good like blank canvas. So after the 30 days, my body will be pretty damn pure. So then I can start testing new things, like trying and implementing different carbs, for example. So rice or pasta or something more complex, maybe some sweets, and eat them and see what way it affects my body, because it'll pretty much be a straight away effect, and I will know the difference. So it'll be nice time to test my body and test different foods, because I don't think anyone else will really have the same reaction to what the foods are than someone who's been doing the whole 30 days. I mean,
no, definitely. I'm intrigued to see the result. How far are you into it now? You must be like 3 weeks.
No, 10 days. No,
10 days.
Yeah, 10 days. 10 days. I know. Yeah, it feels like 10 years.
Okay,
we'll take suggestions. Whoever's listening to the podcast, mail me, and after the 3 days, I will test whatever item or product that you suggest. So it could be anything, like a chocolate bar, or it could be a certain type of energy drink or pre-workout, and I will make a game out of it.
What is it that Matt Fraser is smashes Snickers, doesn't he? After competitions. After competitions, he smashes Snickers.
No, it's not after, it's during.
No, after the events, he said everyone else is like on the pre-Tupperware plans.
But it's in between events, like, so it's
yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Just
like he's doing
carb loading and energy loading.
Zone 2 training, like his long zone 2 training. He's just eating Snickers in the middle of on the bike or whatever.
So we'll play a game. Mail me a food. Make it.
I want you to try
good. You'll probably get me to try. Here, eat a lettuce.
Here's a falafel wrap.
Test your body with some falafel.
No, it's like,
have you tried this quinoa and kale salad? Try this.
I fucking hate kale. I'm not a fan of kale. But,
did you know kale? They used it, like, I think it was like 20 years ago. They used it for pigs. Like, kale was only used for pigs. Like, they didn't really give it to humans because they didn't really know the nutritional value of it at all.
I didn't know that. I mean, the only time I ever like kale is when you put it in the oven and you like crisp it. It's like crunchy.
Kale just reminds me of that story. I've told you the story about the girl in Dubai, haven't I?
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that. And I don't want to think about it.
You don't want to think about it.
Have I told them the podcast before?
I'm not sure. Might as well go.
That's a fucking good story too. It's a dirty one, but we'll go with it. You've told a shit story as well before, haven't you? Like your shit story.
Yeah.
So I guess it's my shit story time. So basically, I was dating this girl from Dubai back when I lived in Saudi, and I went over there every so often. But she was telling me a story. She was an air hostess for Emirates, anyway, and she was telling me a story. She was in a flight, long haul, and a girl was on her flight. She was another British girl, so they got on well anyway because you can talk about English stuff. So she told her, she noticed her in a flight and she was just eating like bags of kale, like ridiculous amount of kale. Like, and they were on a long haul flight to, I don't know, Australia or something. So like it was like 3 or 4 meals. She was just banging kale into her. So she obviously had to ask her, it's like, right, why the fuck you eat so much kale? And she was like, it's awkward, but I'm only going to tell you because you're British, and they're not going to be lost in translation or anything. But basically, an Arab guy pays the girl to come onto a boat, like a big fancy yacht with a glass table in the middle, load of Arabs watching. She stands on the fucking glass pedestal in the middle and just shits on the glass. Big fucking kale poo on the glass while all the Arabs are fucking tanking off. And and apparently she also the yacht has like a glass bottom. I don't know, this is at the point where I'm just like, this story is getting very skilled. Like, you have to be very skilled. But basically she jumps off the boat and goes underneath and shits her wee pants in the fucking underwater so they can see it, another perspective of the water involved, and tank themselves a bit more. So yeah, that's my shit story about kale.
But I can understand why you never want to eat kale again.
They get paid. She said she gets paid 12,000. I think it was 10 or 12,000 pounds a year. The pound equivalent to go on this boat and shit her fucking trousers. And if you give me how much could someone pay you to do that, Adam? Because I'll tell you now, it's going to be a lot less than 10,000. I'll do it for free. Just for the crack.
I'll do it just to go on the yacht.
All inclusive. Well, you only had to eat kale though.
Yeah. That's what I do anyway, mate.
Yeah, true. It's mad. So they basically pay these girls to eat what they say. So they request you have to eat a certain food for a week before you come on our yacht and shit yourself, and they pay them big money. But like, as a girl out there, it's basically OnlyFans for Arabs. It's like shitty OnlyFans.
Just, I'm trying to think of some fun now. Oh no, I can't think of it.
Only shots? No,
oh no, there's something there. Again, DM us on Instagram if you've got a good OnlyFans for poo.
But yeah, the fact that these sort of things happen in the world, and this is only like a minuscule thing. If you get off of that, do you know what? I don't know about you. Like, this is a fucking weird topic now, but like, obviously the things you're attracted to, sort of like, you have to beat it. You know what I mean? You have to always beat it. Whenever I was younger, I would always like try to beat my last one. You know what I mean? And sure, your sex, like, what's topping that? What do you go after, kale?
Kale poo.
Like, a kale poo surely is near the top, but then do you start doing other things? Like underwater poos, that's a pretty extreme. What's after underwater? Like a skyscraper? Skydive.
Skydive poo.
You know what I mean? There has to be a next level, and
yeah,
that scares me.
when it's just not enough. Need more poo.
Yeah. It's going to be a point where it's just going to be absurd. But Dubai's a different world that way. Like, it just shows you what money can do. if you have a load of money, you can do anything you want.
Yeah. Well, there's people out literally like, I mean, like I've seen it with Alice has got messages about it before about like, hi, let me be your sugar daddy. I'll pay you no sexual things. I'll pay you $3,000 a week to just
I just know a girl from
communicate
Belfast.
with me.
She now lives in Marbella or somewhere fancy, Ibiza or something like that there. But she used to show me, she used to work with me in a nightclub, and she used to show me, say if she was going out in the night out, she was on this sugar, I think it was actually called sugardaddy.com or something stupid, something really obvious. And she goes on to one of her sugar daddies. She says, I want to go out tonight. Can you send me some money? Ping, ping, ping. 50 quid. Like, just these guys just get off. And she did nothing. Like, you would think, like, my first reaction was obviously, what do you do to get this? But she was like, no, I honestly, like, I promise you now. And she wouldn't lie about it. She was like, I promise you now, I don't do anything. I literally just text them and they give me money because they like being like powerful and stuff. Mad.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, isn't it? Really, really fucking
like
weird.
if don't get me wrong, because I my obsession with success and my obsession with money, probably worse a year ago. If I was a girl, I would be dangerous, like so dangerous. I'd be a millionaire by fucking 15.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with OnlyFans, isn't it? It's like there is some people that it's like you know that they do well on it, and it's like
it's so like
it's just if you can swallow your ego and really truly. That's what I meant to do that, and truly not give a fuck what other people think.
Yeah,
you can make absolute fucking killing on that. But I think that detachment of actually caring about what people think about you is
for sure. And then you can say it all you want. You can like usually it's the people who say I don't give a fuck what you think is the ones that do give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the people who just get on with it is the people who don't give a fuck really. Yeah. It's the same idea of people who tell themselves in the mirror every day you're going to be okay. They're more than likely the ones that aren't okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But yeah, there's plenty of money to be made in that area. Do you reckon it's just because lockdown though? Because it only kicked off during lockdown when people are struggling for cash and they've got loads of time in their hands and they've seen an opportunity and they took it. Do you reckon it'll fizzle out, or do you reckon it'll be a thing forever?
No, I don't think it'll fizzle out. I think it's a way of like people that do that adult entertainment industry to monetize what they do. I think a little bit more. It's like you get anyone that creates video content. It's like your main source of revenue is advertisements. Like that's the main source until you get to a point of where sponsorship starts coming, and then you have like a private Patreon or something like that, and you do things like that where people pay to be a member for more exclusive content. But that has just developed in the terms of from YouTubers using Patreon and getting more exclusive content on videos early to now adult entertainers doing whatever, like rate my dong or whatever it is. And
why did you say dong?
I don't know.
There's so many words to use there. Rate my dick.
Yeah, rate, yeah, exactly. All them kind of things. And
rate your dick, Adam. Rate your dick.
I'm not doing that here. I think that's going to go a little bit.
I'm a 14. No, that's a bit vulgar.
Talking about content creation, I wanted to lead on and talk a little bit about me. I'm going to start doing YouTube again.
Oh, side plug off the back of.
Only fans into this. No, I think that
I like what you've done here.
It's it's been really tough over the last after this last lockdown and whatnot, because I split up with Alice, and then I was feeling really shit, so I stopped making videos for a bit, and then a month later we ended up getting back together and sorting everything out, and then obviously lockdown started, and so since then I've had no real means of, unless I were going to do what we talked about before, and I didn't want it to start when I had kind of a realization, if I'm going to make content again, I really want to make it authentic and what is meaningful for me, rather than doing the shit that's chasing views for the sake of chasing it. And it's really important to me that I am keeping that now, because the work that I've done on myself over this last lockdown, and like my mindset towards now when exactly what we were talking about before about training and my relationship with food and everything, I want my relationship with everything to be about my mental health is first. What can I do about it to enhance that? And that's what I'm going to be making my content around. It's going to be covering my CrossFit. It's a big part of my life. Obviously, physio tips in there as well, and talking about how I eat and perform as a vegan as well. Because again, I never want to ever try and convince anyone to do anything. I think that's when people try and convince people to do things, it's wrong. If I can inspire someone to try something, that's where I want my content to be. So if I can inspire some bodybuilders to try and
it's not even that as well. It's showing people a direction who do want to try it. It's not even trying to reach out to get people to try it. It's more like giving them tips on how to do things successfully while they're trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you're trying to get people to change. You're just trying to help people with their change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. Because there's a saying which I love that a little bit off on a tangent, but it's have you had enough pain then? And a lot of the time, people won't want to make a change in their life until they've had enough pain. And you get to a point of where you're like, fuck, like that really all important point of where if you're overweight, it might be that shirt that you have doesn't fit you anymore or the button's popped off. And it's like, you really get in this moment of like, fuck me, like I need to sort myself out. And it's like, I've had some of them moments and I had some of them, but there wasn't anything to do with weight. It was to do with like, what am I doing? Like my attitude towards things, like going out and drinking and doing whatever else and everything. It's like, it's not serving me in any way. It's like, I've not drank. Last time I drank was when you come over, and you were one of the contributing reasons of why I haven't drank since. Because I was like, you're so right in what you're doing, and I hear it. I'm surrounded by people all the time that everything negative that happens in people our age's lives tends to always start. The story starts with, oh yeah, we were out for a drink and ...
Yeah.
Like, what does having alcohol ever serve you? What situation does it make better?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I have had unbelievable times on alcohol, and I will 100% take it again for those reasons. But it's purely a productivity tool. Like for me, it's purely productivity. The amount of progress I've made being off drink, it's so much more substantial than what I would have on drink. But at the same time, I'm missing out a lot of opportunities to have fun with my mates through not drinking. And no matter how much times I say I'm the same person with drinking, mate, I'm fucking not. I'm an absolute legend with drinking, me. Like I am the funnest guy in the room, but I can try to be as close to that as I can while remaining productive. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as soon as I get to the point in my life where the next day I don't have a lot of responsibilities, like the day after drinking, then I will 100% drink. But if I have shit to do and I have to get from the place I want to be, or from where I am to where I want to be, I'll not be drinking because it doesn't help anything. It's not.
Yeah. I think having that willpower with it is a big part of it, because for me it's exactly that. It's like, I only ever did coke when I drank. I only ever did this when I drank. I only did that when I drank. It's like, what's the catalyst here? If you stop the catalyst, everything else negative around it stops. And it's just a matter of like, I want to be successful. I want to perform. I'm not scared of my past. I've owned my past. I don't regret or change any of it. I just know now that to get where I want to be, I need to stop living this lie of saying that I'm doing all this shit and not doing it, and actually fucking do the shit that I know is going to get me to where I want to be.
If it helps you, what helps me is my stubbornness. I don't know if you're as stubborn as me, but I'm a stubborn cunt. So the fact that I've said to everyone I'm not fucking drinking anymore and I don't drink, I've said to you, I've said to my other friends. So if they ever see me with a drink, they will make a complete dick out of me because I'm drinking. So I use that as fuel. Like if someone sets a drink in front of me, if I drink that, I'm gonna get fucking roasted. So it's not worth it. Like my stubbornness will like always prevail. Like people who doubt me and people who will take a piss out of me for doing something, like stubbornness wins.
I'm just putting more feathers in my bow about things that are more memeable. So now I'm a alcohol-free vegan who does CrossFit.
Oh, that's such a
working
niche.
me.
I'm gonna get you a kimono for Christmas this year. And what else would they wear? Maybe a pair of jorts, pair of jean shorts, the short ones that are torn at the bottom that are made themselves. I'm gonna get you a pair of them. Next, you'll be starting to tan your butthole. That'll be your next thing.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no. Coming back.
Oh, speaking of tanning your butthole, have you? I've been following Dave Driscoll, who is the owner of Wanderlust, CrossFit Wanderlust, right? And he is on top form at the minute about his argument with the sun, or not the argument with the sun because you'd obviously lose, but
newspapers in general, I think, isn't it?
Just newspapers in general about tanning genitals and just not using sun cream and just being under the sun quite a lot, UV and stuff. Firstly, what's your opinion on sun cream?
On sun cream, I don't like putting it on. It's really annoying, but it's essential.
Essential? Would you say it's not would you rather... Oh, wait, it's hard to word this. So, would you rather put sun cream on than just sit in the shade?
Yeah.
Would you put sun cream out before you actually go into the sun? Or would you go out in the sun first and then put sun cream on?
No, before.
See, the more I researched it, so I researched after he said, and do you know, like, there's only been 4 studies the whole fucking time sun cream's been about. There's only been 4 studies on sun cream and how it actually helps. And there's actually been more studies on how it doesn't help and how the ingredients in sun cream is actually really bad for your health. Like, it seeps into your skin and it has chemicals in it that actually like isn't great for you, which is mad. Like, you think, and it's apparently because it's like a multi-billion pound industry, they don't want to do any more studies on it because people stop buying it.
Yeah.
Nuts. I got into a wormhole one day.
I can imagine.
And it makes sense as well what Dave Driscoll saying about, like, you're like back in prehistoric times, like sapien times, shit like that. There, like, if you're in the sun for too long, go into the fucking shade. Like, it's your body telling you it's too hot. So why would you put sun cream on and just try to stay out for longer? You know what I mean? It makes sense what he's saying. It got me thinking a lot about sun cream, but at the same time, I went to London and got burnt like fuck, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah, it's like, I think that from what you're saying there is good, but then obviously a lot of the time English people wouldn't go over to Bali for a 2-week holiday in them kind of times either. So our skin.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I think pigmented skins as well, like a ginger fella, like their pigment. What's it called? Melatonin?
Yeah.
No.
Something like that. I don't melatonin.
It's not melatonin. It's the other one. Melanine. Something like that.
Something like
that. Something fancy. But yeah, like ginger people and all, they literally cannot produce the thing that resists the sun, like the natural fucking sun cream that your body produces. They can't produce it. So it's different for different people, but at the same time, people who are made for it, like darker skinned people, a bit like yourself or me, like I'm quite I tan well, and I would try not to wear sun cream as much as possible. More to the fact that I just hate putting it on. It's such like, I hate the feeling of cream.
I mean, it's probably one of the worst ones to use, but I always, when you're thinking about actual skin health, I always use P20 whenever I'm on holiday. I think I've stopped. I haven't stopped and been anywhere, but
it's that like, the one that smells like alcohol?
Yeah, it's more like oily. It's an oily one, but it's once like a day application, and it's like literally you put it on first thing before you go out, 40 minutes, and then you protect it all day. And I haven't burnt. I burnt when I was in Bali because it's fucking unreal hot, and I was wearing 20, like back to 20, where they do like P20, P50, or P50. And it realistically should have probably been using the 50 in Bali, but yeah, no, it's ridiculously good, because the one thing that frustrates me so much about it is reapplying it all the time, putting it on again, putting it on again.
Like, I don't even moisturize or anything for that reason.
I moisturize.
The feeling of, do you? My skincare routine is water and shower gel, my friend.
No, I try and moisturize and after a shower.
Again, I don't get the idea. I obviously it's to do with fucking aging, anti-aging and stuff, but for a man, I don't believe in it. I'm sorry. I'd probably trigger other people there, but I don't believe in moisturizing for men, purely because it's just like, it's just unnatural. You wouldn't have done it fucking like 100 years ago, 200 years ago. So
Yeah.
why do now? It's just purely.
Yeah, I do. I get what you're saying, and I don't know enough about actual research of it, and it's probably something that again should look into. But who spends all the day looking at research papers? Not me. But
I just follow the little wormholes every so often.
Yeah,
like
no,
tanning your genitals.
What does YouTube tell me?
Yeah, but tanning your. Do you use sunbeds?
I have done in the past, very rarely now.
Do
Maybe
you wear
one
pants or do you go in starters?
pants.
I go starters every time. Like I don't know if you should or not, but yeah.
Again, I don't know if you should or not, but I just never have liked.
I know.
The
weird.
idea of that.
Maybe it's another Googleable one. But I don't wear the glass eye things either. I'm probably playing with fire a bit, to be fair, because I've got moles everywhere. People actually called me Ronnie Moleman before because I've got so many moles.
Do you use them often? Sunbeds? Well, you were over there, were you?
Sometimes I would in the winter, and I did before what was I doing? If I'm going home or something like that there and I didn't top up a tan, probably would. But they're different over here. So back home, your sunbeds do like 6 minutes and it gives you a good roasting. But over here, I think they're weaker. So you stay in them for longer. So you stay in for 18 minutes, but they're very weak and they don't make you red. So I don't know if it's because they're different.
I tend to do 9 when I go on them.
I used to do them a lot when I was younger, like wee Spice Boy working in a nightclub. Like I'd done that a lot. Like I worked myself up to like 12 minutes, maybe 14 back home, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It's weird they're doing multiples of 3, isn't it? why
that is weird. Yeah.
Why is it always like that?
But yeah, I don't think sunbeds are as bad as what people think they are. At the same time, the people who've got full got 10 hats about sunbeds. I think it doesn't. I don't think it releases the same vitamin D as the sun, obviously, but it still doesn't. It still does something to your skin.
There's types of rays. There's ultraviolet rays. There's 2. There may be more than 2, but I know there's 2 types. That one that the sun gives off, which helps the body produce vitamin D, and there's one that is used in sunbeds, and that one doesn't help you. So to get in a sunbed won't help you produce vitamin D. But I think a lot from what
it does release natural oils and all though.
Yeah. But I do think that the way that like sunbeds are done and sunbed research is done, it'd be like if you have up to an hour on the sunbed, it can have this and this effect. And I believe it's if you stay on the sunbed for an hour, you're putting yourselves at twice as much risk to get skin cancer or something. And it's like, well, no one's ever going to be on there for an hour. And I might be completely wrong here again. This is just from what I'm saying.
I think people do get addicted to them. I'll have to tag you in a I think it was a documentary or some sort of thing on Facebook. It was people from Belfast who were addicted to tannin. So they were taking the injections, they were taking the nasal fucking sprays, and they were taking sunbeds. And it basically changed race, mate. They went from white to black. It's mad. But they still have obviously the features of a white person. It's just so strange, but they are proper addicted, and they're talking about it, like saying how addicted they are. And it's just mental, mate. Like absolutely crazy. But like that nasal spray, that should not be a thing. And tablets to change the pigment of your skin, nasal sprays to change the pigment of your skin. Get in the fucking bin. Like that's too far.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, that is
people advertising on my Instagram, and I'm just like, fuck, that's just a recipe for disaster. That.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I don't think that the sunbeds are good for you, but I don't think they're as bad for you as people potentially make out.
Yeah, I'll agree with you that.
But I think for me, there's a lot about I'm quite lucky in the fact that I don't really get spots, but again, they can help people who get like acne and stuff as well.
Oh, definitely. Sure, they actually prescribe that in like a hospital. It's a special sunbed. It's not an actual sunbed. But they have sunbeds for people with really bad acne. Use that different tablets. You never had bad acne, did you?
No,
I did, and it's fucking horrible. Like it's just the most self-conscious thing. It's horrible. I feel sorry for people who have it as a kid and stuff. It's just a terrible, terrible thing to have. I think there's a lot of medication now you can get that fixes it though, which is good.
I think it's quite tough because in lockdown last year, it wasn't acne, but I got like a lot of it was a little bit like acne, like backne, just loads of really big bad spots on my back, and it was like 6 months, and then they just stopped, and I didn't change anything. I didn't really understand what it was, just really bad, and then it just stopped.
See, apparently spots. This is whenever I had it, I went to the doctor and it told me different things for different places for different spots. So back obviously relates to something, but I don't know what it was. I know the temple ones relate to stress. That's where I get them now. And then they have different ones for like the side of your lips there, which is again where I got it, and I think it was something to do with like anxiousness or something like that. Because I was just a wee sweaty, nervous kid, I always got them here and my nose. But different spots for different people apparently that way. So your back probably relates to something.
That's interesting. I want to know more about that. That's going to be my next wormhole. Spots and hormones.
Acne wormhole. That wouldn't be. I hate watching the videos.
Yeah. Oh no, popping spot videos. I fucking love that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not a fan. Hells isn't a fan either. She hates it. Whenever she sees me have a spot, she would just point it out because I've told her don't fucking let me walk around with a big fucking custard pie on my shoulder or something. And she's always points it out, but she would never pop it like. But I bet you and Alice pop each other's spots, don't you?
Alice hates it. She hates it.
Do you pop hers?
If she's got one that she can't get, then yeah.
Oh, you're a disgusting little man.
True love, mate. What are you on about?
There's some people who really get off that shit as well. It's mad.
No, I just like, I find it's satisfying to watch, and I'll do it for somebody, but I'm not like.
Would you do it for me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're disgusting.
If you had one that you couldn't get on your back, like, here you go, mate.
No, hey mate, I wouldn't let you do it because you like in your reaction here, you'd probably be doing it with a boner as well. Not happening.
No, well, should we end it there?
Yeah, on that note.
On that note.
I'll become fucking end on that. That's fucking shite, that. Not shite, actually. Shite was earlier. Shite was now as a response.
What have we been talking about today? This is just the
dirtiest podcast ever.
What disgusting things does the human body do?
Let's end on something clean. How many showers would you have a day?
Showers? Like 1 or 2?
1 or 2. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna more 1. Like, I don't like if I have 2. 1's just like a water rinse. It's not a wash.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, no, if you're exercising twice a day, you probably shower twice. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I know people who wash constantly. So you wash in the morning, wash after work, wash after the gym, and wash before bed. So 4 times a day, which I think that is wrong.
Yeah, no, you wash away your like natural oils and stuff on your skin and whatnot.
Yeah,
I think you're more likely to get spots if you do that because you get like
you get all the flaky skin and all, like dry skin. Right,
yeah,
go back on the fucking that way. I was trying to get towards the clean side, and now we've got back into the
flaky skin,
fucking flaky skin, fucking custard pies and shite. Jesus, what's this turn? It's not normalizing life; it's normalizing shite.
Well, it is normal. These all things are normal. Everybody has it. Everybody has spots. Everybody poos.
True. Normalize spots. I wish people would normalize spots. To be fair, like back in school days, because it's a horrible disease to have.
No, I think there's a very positive note to take out of it. Is that I think it is very important to realize that people. I did a story about this a while back on my Instagram that. Majority of people think that everybody else is looking at their spots, and in reality, they care about their own spots. So I think you don't go walk around thinking like, "Oh my god, have you seen that person's spot? Oh my god!" It's like you always walk around thinking like, "Oh, do they see my spot? Do they see my spot?" But if you're not looking for it on somebody else, they're not looking for it on you. So having that peace of mind around the fact of that, like just being okay with it is like, do you ever really think about what other people's spots are? But you care so much
it's
about
not even just
their
spots,
opinion.
is it? It's just a metaphor to describe anything feature that they are self-conscious about. Like you find it a lot. Like I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of women who take selfies in a mirror, they would always cover their face with their phone or a certain feature, maybe their nose, maybe their lips. They always cover a certain feature because they're ashamed of it and they don't want it. But again, no one gives a fuck. No one knows. Like no one would even notice your nose. No one knows anything. But it's just a self-doubt, isn't it?
Yeah, I think everybody has it. I have it. It's like I can't take. I hate pictures from that are taken of my like back or from behind because I get like my muffin top like love handles always stick out at the top at the back.
I think that's sexy, mate.
And so do other people apparently, but I really
get
like
Alice
it.
to send me all the pictures of your back at the end or before and says send them all.
But it's like I think everybody has something like that they don't like. It used to be my teeth, and that's when I got Invisalign done.
Yeah, and I'm all for sorting it out. If you've got a fucking gammy nose that you're not happy with, get fucking plastic surgery and feel good about it. I'm all for it. If my teeth aren't bad, but I'm going to get veneers. I'm going to get composite bonding done eventually because I'm still not happy with them, and this will make me happy with them. So I'm all for. Even people who get fake tits for having small tits, get them done. Get them as big as you want. As long as you feel confident with them, get it done.
Yeah, I agree partly. I think that there needs to be a level of acceptance in yourself, and like you need to be able to sit with it. And if it is truly something that's going to change your outlook on life, then yeah, I think it's a positive thing. Because at the time when I was getting my Invisalign done, I did that TV show that I showed you, that thing on Vice, and all I see when I watch that back was it came across quite well. I came across quite well in it, but all I see is my teeth being off and my teeth being like slightly stained. So now the fact that I've had them Invisalign, I've had bonding done, and I've got them.
Oh, have you? Are you joking?
and Adam, some whitening done. I've got another course of whitening, but I've got some whitening done there, and I'm a lot more confident with them.
You'd be like Joey Essex soon.
No, I'm not. I've meant sure. Like, I'm not going that with Simon Cowell White. I don't want to be the other way. Like, so
you'd piss yourself at the pictures of me whenever I was 21. Like, I was just Joey Essex wannabe, like mad.
Love it.
So mad. But let's not talk about that. I was very insecure as well.
Yeah, well, I think main takeaway from that little bit there and the whole normalising everything that we've just tried to normalise in this podcast here is that no one cares about your spots, they care about their own spots. And the spots are just a metaphor for everything in life, whether it's your spots, whether it's your, I don't know, some people, I don't know what
your nose, your ears,
your nose, ears.
Hairline's a big one.
Hairline is a big one. Yeah. Whatever it is, your muffin tops, then everyone else cares about their own little insecurities. They're not caring about yours, so you can rest a little bit easier thinking about it like that, I think.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I make jokes about it. I'm a big endorser of making fun of your own fucking features that you don't find happy. Like, make a joke out of it. Say like, fuck it. I'm not going to get through this door with my big fucking nose here. Like, just make jokes about it, because the more jokes you make about it and people don't react or find it funny, they'll not make fun of it, or they're not. Like, it's a thing, a big thing in school, I think. Like, if you knew how to do things like this, like psychologically, I want to think of an example. Like, if you're in a crowd of kids, like, kids are savage motherfuckers, like, aren't they? They're just, they have no remorse. But if you make the joke first about yourself, no one else will, because it shows that you've got no issues with it.
Yeah, that's it.
Thing I learned at a very young age.
Yeah, you take your piss at yourself a bit, people stop. I learned that with my dyslexia very quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, you've got dyslexia? I thought you just typed with your tongue.
No. Very, very, very dyslexic.
I'm not focused on how to make fun of someone with dyslexia and make them feel better about themselves.
If you ever want to laugh, read the little descriptions that I write about the podcast, the paragraph underneath.
Oh, every week he makes a mistake in the descriptions. There was actually a really funny one time that had a pun, an unintentional pun, because he spelled wrong. Oh, I can't remember it though.
I can't remember.
But yeah,
it happens too often for me to remember them. But yeah,
right. We'll finish it up there. It's been an hour anyway.
Yeah, no. So I've got my A game group training, which I will plug if anyone wants to come and come and have a safe place to talk about any of your any issues that you're struggling with, whether your mental health, physical health, or diet and internal health. Then you are more than welcome to come and join us. Just let me know. Send me a message on Instagram.
I'll plug Hybrid as well, obviously, because we'll say the sponsor, but obviously the sponsors. But the jumpers and the female sets, the jumpers are unbelievable, by the way, guys. If you are wanting to buy, I know at the minute we launched on the hottest day of the year, which is probably not the best day to launch a jumper, but here, Hybrid we do things different. But hopefully by the time you're listening to this podcast, that'll be fucking pouring down and you need a new jumper. So get yourself on the Hybrid Academy and buy yourself the new Hybrid jumper, because it is insane. Use NL10 for 10% off and look sick in the process.
Have we got joggers coming soon?
We've got joggers coming soon, and they are very, very sick as well. They are performance pants. They're not called joggers because at Hybrid we don't wear just joggers. We wear performance pants.
Yeah, nice.
No, or when you wear them, just pants.
Thanks for that. Self-esteem. Right, and on that note, guys, we will end there. I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.